This is how to beat Attack of the Radioactive Thing's Easter egg in 2025. In this video, I will show you a ton of tricks to make the Easter egg and the boss fight a lot easier. This video was made with the help of Menobot, and if you don't know who that is, he is an absolutely insane zombies player who holds a bunch of world records, including the Easter egg speedrun for Attack of the Radioactive Thing. So I thought, what better way to make this guide than to ask the world record holder for a bunch of his tips for this Easter egg. So after this video, go in the top link in the description and go check out his YouTube channel and thank him for all the absolutely insane knowledge he provided for this video. So if this helps you, I just ask that you do one thing for me, and that is drop a like. I put a lot of time into this video, but I know for a fact this is gonna bomb on my channel, so if you could help me fight the algorithm with this video by just dropping a like, that would be greatly appreciated. And with that being said, let's get into your class setup. For your FnF cards, you want to run stuff like Coupon Clipper to save 10,000 points on the double Pack-a-Punch, Mana Up for the boss fight, this is very important, Head Reloaded for the boss fight if you have it, if not, that's fine, and additionally, I recommend running fortune cards like Hide and Seek, Slug Butt, and anything that can get the zombies off you for the punch card step and the laser step in the boss fight. Next, your weapons. If you have any of these weapon variants or attachments for that matter, make sure you put them on because it'll make this Easter egg a lot easier. For the Mauler, put on the Mauler Sentinel and these attachments. For the Auger, run the Fury. For the Atlas, it doesn't matter, just run the Airborne if you have it, and put attachments on the VPR and the FHR. The first thing you want to do right away is you want to buy the right door out of spawn, and around this ice cream shop there will be 3 parts and a blueprint. You want to grab the blueprint and 1 part at a time and place it on this bench inside the ice cream shop. Right now I'm showing you all 3 parts, and once you place all 3 down, you can pick up this device. Now open your way to the beach, and on the ground here next to the Osa Walleye will be the power switch. Grab it and then place your device on top of this zombie arm. What it's gonna do is it's gonna pump this zombie arm out of the sand so you can pick it up. So let it pump it 3 times, and then you can move the device to grab the arm. This is for an Easter egg step later on, but we might as well do it now. But once you have the power switch, run back towards the ice cream shop, but on the way, grab this cleaver near Deadeye Dewdrops in the market. You'll need it for the next step. Once you're in this area, place the power switch here and flip it to turn it on. Now the power's unlocked, we're gonna unlock Pack-a-Punch. So go back inside the ice cream shop where we crafted that device, and in this room, grab this punch card on the desk, and also grab this book inside this safe. If the safe isn't open, then you didn't turn on the power, so go back to it and double check. Now near the left side of spawn, there is a TV station with Elvira inside. Interact with her to give her the book, and in around 10 seconds, a green vial will pop up on the screen. At this point, you want to get melee kills with that cleaver you grabbed previously until the vial is completely full. While you're doing this step, keep a lookout for a soldier zombie. He'll first spawn on round 5, and if you melee him with a cleaver, make sure you pick up the leg that he drops, because this leg that he drops will only drop the first time you kill a soldier zombie with a cleaver in the game. After that, it will never respawn. Once you fill up the vial, give it to Elvira, and in around 10 seconds, she'll get off the couch and spawn in the map. Once she's in the map, you want to look at the couch she was on and keep interacting with this mirror until you can pick it up. This is for a future step, but it's best to do it now. The hitbox on it's a little finicky, but once you grab it, run outside Elvira's room near Bang Bangs and stand near this portal until she opens it. At this point, Pack-a-Punch is now unlocked. So let's start the Easter egg. To do it, we're gonna have to grab some things. The first of which are 6 zombie parts. 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, and a head. We already got the first part, which is the arm on the beach, but now we need 5 more. For the first body part, you want to watch for a soldier zombie to spawn. He will always spawn on round 5, or if round 5 is a special round, he'll then spawn on round 6. You want to melee this soldier zombie with the cleaver, and it has to be with the cleaver, no other weapon, and when you kill him, he'll drop a leg. Make sure you're paying attention at the beginning of these rounds, because if you accidentally kill this soldier without paying attention where you are, then his leg will be on the ground there for the rest of the game, and there is no way to get it to respawn. So make sure when the first one spawns in, you kill him and pick up the leg that he drops. But if by chance something happens to where you kill him without paying attention and you can't find it, then you can go in Elvira's room and change your game's color to green, and then you can look around the map to make it stand out more. While you're getting that part though, you can grab the other 4. The first of which is in this tree outside Elvira's room. You want to cook a grenade and throw it in the tree right before it explodes, and if done right, it'll drop a leg on the ground so you can pick it up. The next part's in the RV park, but on your way, you want to stop in the motel area, and past bomb stoppers will be a crowbar in this room. Pick it up because we will need it for one of the parts. But after you have it, go to the RV park, and the third part is right here in this grill. For the next part, you want to go on the side of the garage near Tough Enough and grab this trap box and place it in the freezer in the market. Once you have enough points, activate the trap to freeze the meat. Once the trap's off, run back in here and smack the meat to grab the torso. And for the last zombie part, you want to go inside Pack-a-Punch and hit this button on the wall. Now go through the portal and you'll be in the RV. Grab the head, and once you have all 6 parts, you want to get the crowbar again if you dropped it, and grab 2 more mirrors. We got the first one from Elvira, the second mirror is in the bathroom in the RV park. You can melee this mirror to grab it, and the last mirror is the side view mirror on this car near FnF. Once you have all 3 mirrors and all 6 zombie body parts, go to spawn and place the mirrors right here on this box, next to this bed right here, and then on this MRE box. After that, place your zombie parts on the bed and make sure you grabbed all 6 parts. If you don't see 6 parts, then you missed one, so go back in the video to find out which one you missed. Once you have all 6, go to Elvira's room, and in the back of it will be 5 film reels on the shelf. These 5 film reels that I'm showing you will tell you the code for the next step. Each reel will have a number on it, and you read this code from left to right. This reel has your first number, which is 5 in my game. This reel has your second number, which is 4 in my game. The third number is on this reel on the ground, and in my game it's 3. And then back up on the shelf, this reel will have your 4th number, and then finally, the far right reel will have your last number. The code will be different in every game, so be sure to check it. And just an extra tip for this step, your code will always have the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 in some order. But once you have the order, return to spawn and interact with this machine to put the punch card in, and then interact with it again to input your code. The way this works is the dots on the bottom are marked 0 to 9, and you can select the number by left clicking on keyboard or mouse or interacting on controller when the flashing yellow light is over that number. So once it's over a 5, I'll interact with it to enter a 5. This is a little tricky, so it will take some getting used to. And also, I told you to run hide and seek, and this step is where hide and seek comes in super helpful. But once you input your code, you want to interact with it again, and this laser next to you will zap this zombie back into a whole one. Now we got to do the same thing again, but this time you got to take that code you have and enter it in reverse order. So for example, if your code was 54638, then now you have to enter the code 83645. Once you do, interact with it again to get the laser to zap the zombie to turn it into a key. You can now pick up this key to start everyone's favorite step, the chemistry step. But first, before we do that, we're going to do a few things. The first of which is grabbing 6 more parts. The first part's behind Elvira's room in this corner of this fence. The next part is out the other side of Elvira's room, and you can find it under the front tire of this red car. The third part is in the RV park on this table. The fourth part you can get by going to the beach from the RV park, and it'll be right here on this bench. The fifth part is also on the beach, but it's in the very back of the beach, and you can crouch and grab it under this bridge. And the last part is in the back of the market, going towards the power switch. Also, while you're grabbing these parts, you should activate the teleporters around the map. The first location is across from the garage. The second is across the street from the power switch, and it's up the steps right here. The third teleporter is outside of Elvira's room near Bang Bangs, and the last one is in the RV park near the beach. Once you activate all 4, you can run into a teleporter to teleport across the map, which will come in super helpful for this next step. And speaking of, we got that key, so let's continue on with the Easter egg. Go to the garage near FnF and interact with this garage door, and place the 6 parts on the bench here to start the chemistry step. This is a very complicated step, but I'm going to break this down so it's as easy as possible for you to understand. To do this step, we gotta figure out a few things in the game. The first of which is your M number, your O number, and your color. Now that sounds crazy, but this will make more sense here in a bit. In the motel area, go into Elvira's room. There will be a tiny room right here. In this room will be a symbol that kind of looks like an M with a random number on it, and that's why I call it the M number. You want to take a picture of this or write it down so you remember it. Now go to Elvira's room, and on the TV next to her will be a code, and we need to look at this TV to figure out our O number. It'll say the top color is less than a certain number, which means it's in a range of 1 or at most 2 numbers less than the top number. The middle color will be a range between 3 numbers, and the bottom color will be greater than a certain number. And again, just like the top number, this just means it's 1 or at most 2 numbers above the number it says it's greater than. So if your TV says it's greater than 24, your answer won't be 50, just FYI. This will be different in every single game, so make sure you go check it in yours. But you want to divide the bottom number on the TV, the number next to the greater than symbol. You want to take this number and divide it by your M number from earlier. Now look at this cheat sheet on the screen. The answer that you got should be really close to one of these whole numbers on the screen right now. So you can round your answer by the decimal to get your own number. So for example, in my game, my M number was 6, and the number at the bottom of my TV is 23. So I'll divide 23 by 6, and I'll get 3.83. And I look at this cheat sheet, and I see the number on the screen that's closest to 3.83 is 4. So I round up my number to get 4, so now I know that my own number is 4. When you figure out your own number, make sure you write it down because it's very important for the chemistry step. There's another way to do this by changing your color in your game and visiting 4 O numbers across the map and figuring out which one doesn't have a slash or the equal sign, and that one will be your O number. But doing it this way takes so much longer, and the way I just told you to do it cuts so much time out of this Easter egg, it's actually insane. But now that you rounded up to find your O number, you want to multiply your O number by your M number that was by the pool, and you want to take the answer you got and look at the TV again and look for which color your answer falls under, either red, green, or blue. Now go to the back of Elvira's room and switch your game's color to whatever color the TV said. And for this next step, you normally have to take a picture of 6 different chemical boards across the map, but thanks to Menobot, he has a great cheat sheet, so the only one you have to look at is the top chemical on this board right outside Elvira's room. You want to look at this acetaldehyde, and you want to look at the diamond right across from it in the top right of the board, and you want to look at what number is in the top part of that diamond, and also which number is in the left part of that diamond. Now look at this cheat sheet on the screen. If you did your math right and put yourself in the correct color, then your acetaldehyde numbers will be one of the 6 combinations on the screen right now. The numbers in the bottom and the right part of the diamond do not matter. Just pay attention to which numbers in the top and the left of the diamond, and now remember which column in this cheat sheet you gotta follow. Once you have this and you know which column to follow for this next step, you can switch a color back to normal, and now we need to get a battery. The battery will be in a backpack drop just like the grenades do, and they can start spawning on round 7, but they cannot spawn before round 7. Once you have a battery, there are 2 locations you can place it in, either in the same room as your M number or behind the power switch right here. You can place it in one of these 2 tapes and it'll start playing audio from a scientist. For this next step, I recommend going in your audio settings and turning off all audio besides your voice volume. There's a 50-50 chance you will choose the right radio, and the scientist will start saying which chemical is effective and which aren't. You want to listen in your game for one of these 4 exact quotes that are on the screen right now. Take note of which of these 4 quotes he says, because whatever of these quotes you hear will be the chemical that you need to craft.
Given the circumstances, 3-methyl-2,4-dinitro-benzene will give us the most bang for the buck.
Now, if you place it in the radio and you're getting random quotes where he's like listing fun facts or stuff like this,
octahydro-2,5-nitro-3,4,7-parazosine can be produced by the nitration of hexamine.
then unfortunately you got the bad radio, so you'll have to get another battery from another zombie and place that battery in the other tape to listen for the most effective chemical. But once you have note about which chemical you need to craft, now it's time to actually craft it. But before we do, I'm going to go over some ground rules for this next step so I don't have to break them down in every single chapter. To do this chemistry step, you'll need to grab a bunch of items around the map, and you'll only be able to hold one at a time. So once you grab an item, you have to run back to the garage and place it on the bench before you grab another one. Second, at the end of every step, you'll need to do some simple math. Thankfully, Menno made this really easy with this cheat sheet, and the way you'll follow this cheat sheet is, remember those diamond numbers on your board from earlier? You want to follow the column with the same diamond numbers that were in your game, and you'll take this number in the same column as it and subtract it by your own number, and then you have to put that number in the machine. This is really important you pay attention to your math here, because if you get your math wrong, or you just forget to put a chemical on the board before you fuse it, then you will be red screen, leaving you 1 hit down to any zombie every single time. So please make sure that you're following the cheat sheet correctly and you're doing your math right too. If it makes you feel better, just use a calculator. But just for a quick example, if I'm making this chemical, I need to grab these 3 ingredients, which I will show you later, so don't worry about that part, and then I'll follow my diamond numbers, which were 7 and 1. I'll follow those down, and in this same column will be the number 28. I'll take this number 28 and subtract it by my own number, which was 4, so I'll do 28 minus 4 to get 24. So I enter 24 in the machine and click enter to make the chemical. And after you do your math and successfully craft a chemical, then a crafted chemical will be right here on the side. And one last thing for this step, if something happens to where you grab a chemical you don't need, then you can either swap it for another one, or you can just interact with the trash bag in the garage to get rid of it. I'm going to show you how to craft every single chemical so you can follow it in your game. So skip to the chapter of whatever chemical you need to build, and then after you build it, skip to the chapter titled Getting Ready for the Boss Fight to get ready for the boss fight. So we're going to start with 135 Tera nitrophenol. So first, grab insect repellent right here in spawn and place it on the bench. Then grab some wheel cleaner on this shelf in the market, and then on the ground in the garage will be motor oil you can grab. Place all 3 ingredients down on the bench here and look at this cheat sheet. Follow your diamond number down to get your number and subtract it by your own number, and enter it in the machine and click enter to craft phenol. Then go to the RV park in the bathroom and grab some drain opener in this stall and place that, and in the garage here, grab the phenol you crafted and place it down too. And again, look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down and subtract that number by your own number and enter it in the machine to craft phenol sulfonic acid. From here, grab detergent on this shelf in the market and place it and the acid you crafted on the bench. And for the final time, follow your diamond numbers down and subtract it by your own number to craft the 135 Tera nitrophenol. For 3,4-Dinitroxy methylpropane, you want to grab the crowbar near bomb stoppers, and then on the side of the garage where you're building the chemical, melee this payphone to get to quarters. Place it on the bench and then grab the racing fuel on the ground right outside the garage and place that on the bench too. Now look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down, and take that number in your column and subtract it by your own number and put that answer in the machine to craft formaldehyde. Now go to the market and grab vodka on this shelf, and also in the market, melee this cash register with your crowbar to get the pennies. And once you have both of these, again, look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down, and subtract this number by your own number and enter the answer you get to do the next step. Now grab detergent from the market and put it, the formaldehyde, and the acetaldehyde that you just crafted. Place all three of these ingredients on the bench, and same deal. Look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down, and subtract that number by your own number and put it in the machine. And then finally, go to where your M number was near the pool and grab some nail polish remover. Place it and the aldehyde sludge on the table, and for the final time, look at this cheat sheet, subtract your diamond number by your own number, and enter it in the machine to get 3,4-dinitroxy methylpropane. For octahydro 2,5-nitro 3,4,7-parazosine, you want to grab the crowbar near bomb stoppers, and then on the side of the garage where you're building the chemical, melee this payphone to get the quarters. Place it on the bench, and then grab the racing fuel on the ground right outside the garage, and place that on the bench too. Now look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down, and take that number in your column, and subtract it by your own number, and put that answer in the machine to craft formaldehyde. Next, grab some glass cleaner in the market right here, and place it and the formaldehyde you just crafted on the bench, and same thing. Follow your diamond numbers down and subtract it by your own number to craft the next chemical. And finally, grab detergent from the market, vinegar from the very back of the market going towards the power switch, and plant food near quickies going the left way out of spawn. Place those three ingredients and the hexamine you just crafted on the bench, and look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down, subtract that number by your own number, and enter it into the machine to craft your octahydro 2,5-nitro 3,4,7-parazosine. And finally, for 3-methyl-2,4-dinitrobenzene, you first want to grab some paint behind racing stripes, going the left way out of spawn. You want to place it on the bench, and then grab the drain opener from the bathroom stall in the RV park, and also the detergent in the market. Place all three ingredients on the bench, and look at this cheat sheet. You want to follow your diamond numbers down, and subtract that number by your own number, and enter the answer you get in the machine. Now grab more detergent from the market, baking soda from the market but on a different shelf in here, and vinegar in the very back of the market going towards the power switch. Place all three of these ingredients on the bench, and also grab the methylbenzene that you just crafted and place it on the bench as well. And again, look at this cheat sheet, follow your diamond numbers down, and subtract that number by your own number, and enter the answer you get into the machine. And finally, grab some racing fuel outside of the garage here and place it and the dinitro you crafted on the bench. And for the final time, follow your diamond numbers down on this cheat sheet, subtract that number by your own number, and enter it in the machine to craft the 3-methyl-2,4-dinitrobenzene. Now that the chemical is made, it's time to go into boss fight. But before we do, we gotta do one more thing before we start setting up. Get the crowbar again near bomb stoppers, and in the back of the market, prone under this desk, you will see a 4-digit code here. You have to take this code and you have to input it in 4 valves around the map. You need to melee these 4 gauges around the map when the lever is over one of your numbers. You can put these numbers in any order, and the 4 locations are behind the power switch right here, to the right of quickies going the right way out of spawn right here, in the room you grab the crowbar, and finally behind the garage. Once you hit all 4, return near the desk, and this safe next to it will be open. Interact with the punch card to grab it. Doing so will put a code on your HUD, and make sure you write this down or take a picture of it, whatever you need to do. Make sure you remember this because you need it for the boss fight. Now, setting up for the boss fight, we're going to do a short side quest to unlock double Pack-a-Punch. So with the crowbar, you want to go inside Pack-a-Punch and hit this button to teleport to the RV. The fuses will be in one of the cabinets up top, and it'll be the only cabinet that's partially open. You want to jump and melee the cabinet and then interact with the fuses to grab them. Once you have them, go pick up the cleaver from the market, and you want to get around 15 to 20 kills with it, just like you did for Pack-a-Punch. You want to fill back up the meter on the HUD, and once you do, come near power, and near where the teleporter is here, there's a trap box in this trash can. Grab it and install the trap right here, and then run over here and place down your alien fuses and turn on the trap to charge them. Once the trap's off, you can pick them back up and put them in Pack-a-Punch to unlock double Pack-a-Punch. Now, for what weapons you should get, I recommend getting the double pack Kendalls, and for your second weapon, either try getting the Mauler, the VPR, the FHR, the Atlas, or the Auger. For your perks, once you have the double pack Kendalls, get rid of bomb stoppers because the double pack Kendalls deals no explosive damage. So with that, you want to get Tough Enough, Up and Atoms on solo, Quickies, Bang Bangs, and Deadeye Dewdrops. You could also replace Quickies with Racing Stripes if you wanted to, but if you have the Mauler, I just recommend Quickies. And don't forget to use the coupon clipper to save 10,000 points on your double Pack-a-Punch. And finally, when you're getting ready, make sure that you have mana up still in your deck. If you already used it, then make sure you refill your deck and charge it back up before you go into boss fight. But with all that, once you're ready to go in the boss fight, grab your completed chemical on the bench and place it on the glowing bomb, and in around 10 seconds, you will get a prompt to start the boss fight. This boss fight has 3 phases. For the first one, you gotta escort this bomb from right here all the way down to the Krog. But along the way, zombies will attack you, and the boss, the Krog, will launch fireballs and Krog pods at you. To deal with both of these problems, if you escort the bomb until it turns a corner right here, then you can actually run back and run and jump on top of the bomb. If you can hit this, then it'll make it to where the zombies won't be able to attack you, but also the boss will only shoot 2 waves of fireballs in this entire section. If you can't jump on the bomb though, that's fine, you don't have to. You'll just want to walk next to the bomb and spam your candles so zombies don't down you. Also, once the bomb passes the first bridge, every single time you start to escort the bomb again, the Krog will launch fireballs and Krog pods. If you can, just shoot all the fireballs that are coming down on you so you don't die, but also so you don't have to move away from the bomb and he'll shoot more. Regardless though, once the bomb passes the second bridge here, you will have to walk it the rest of the way. Once it gets to the Krog will eat the bomb, and now phase 1 is completed. To beat phase 2, you gotta get on one of these 3 lasers in this boss fight arena and shoot the spot on the Krog's chest when it's glowing green. The zombies will still be going after you, and the boss has 2 attacks as well. The first is a laser attack, which when it connects with you will deal 2 hits worth of damage, and the second one is when he does this to do a ground pound attack. If this connects with you, then it'll be a 1 hit down every single time. Thankfully though, there is a bug in this phase you can abuse. If you get on this laser right next to the Oso wall by, and everyone else in your game sits right here in front of this drop off, then when the Krog charges for the slam attack, then instead of shooting it at you, he will launch it off to your left every single time. On solo, just get on this laser and this will work, but on co-op, like I said, just have everyone stand right here and it'll work as well. To deal with the zombies, either shoot the laser right here when some jump up, or just pop hide and seek. Once you shoot him enough times, he will start shaking. Now phase 2 is done and there'll be a max ammo right here. To start phase 3, you want to interact with the bomb and the Krog will start breathing toxic gas up the beach. At this point, just camp right here next to this big bridge and you just want to play this as normal until the Krog breathes the gas all the way up here next to you. Once it's up here, you want to pay attention to what the boss is doing. At this point, he will shoot 1 set of Krog pods, and then around 10 seconds later, a second set of Krog pods. As soon as you take out the second wave of Krog pods, you want to pop mana up and make a mad dash for the bomb. Doing it this way will allow you to skip the laser step 1 time. Before you interact with the bomb though, make sure you wrote down the code on the HUD because you won't be able to see it once you go inside. Speaking of, once you're here, interact with the bomb to go inside the Krog's stomach and now enter that code into the bomb just like you did on the punch card step earlier, but this time with the code the game gave you on the HUD. If you fail, then you'll be teleported out and you'll have to interact with the bomb again and do this last phase over again, which includes doing the laser step legitimately. So right now I'm showing you the best route just in case, and once you get past the lasers, you interact with the bomb again to input the code again. Once everyone in your game inputs the code correctly, congratulations, you have successfully completed Attack of the Radioactive Thing's Easter egg. If this guide helped you, please do me a favor and drop a like because I put too much time into a 10-year-old quest. So if this helped you, please help me back and drop a like on the video. Shout out to my members, thank you all so much for supporting me. And quick shout out to new members, Dave Patterson, I think, and Knuckles Vivo. Thank you both for becoming members. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.